Hello everyone, Manithral here, and welcome to the weekly OSRS update video. Now we will start with the main update first, and then we will go over to the league changes afterwards. So first up on this week's update, we have the Sceptre changes. So now they're actually going to be a little bit more useful than they used to be. So you can now use your chisel on extra Sceptre pieces to chip them down into fragments, which then you can use to imbue the scepter. The left skull half will break down into 5 fragments, the rest will break down into 3. Any combined pieces will get you the fragments equal to the total sum of their parts. So if you have, the full entire skull, you get 5, or you get, 8? Yeah, you would get 8, sorry. Math. But yes, so that is one thing. In addition, the base number of the charges you can hold on a completed scepter has been raised from 5 to 10. You'll get another 4 charges for each completed tier of the Varrock Achievement Diary, increasing the number of max charges to 14, 18, 22, and 26 respectively. Also, the Skull Scepter will no longer are no longer destroyed when they are dropped or when you are killed with an unprotected or one in your inventory. This means you can own more than one scepter at a time if you really choose to do so. Unimbued Skull Scepters now work like Rings of Recoil in that they will all share the same charges. And when one has shattered, you'll find the next one you use is magically back to full charge. So basically you have to go through the charges of one and then you can use the next, but don't worry. Multiple imbued Skull Scepters will now share... Oh, sorry, I just read that. Because the imbued and unimbued scepters behave so differently, you can now only have one type at a time. If you imbue one scepter, they are all imbued. Should you remove the authenticator, all your scepters will become unimbued. Gnome Gliders. So, provided you've won the Gnome's Trust in the Grand Tree quest, you'll now be able to ask your Gnome Glider pilot to take you quickly to your last destination using the new right-click option, just like charter ships and also the ferry rings and stuff like that. So it's pretty nice. The estate agent options, they all have now a right-click option to relocate and redecorate your player's house. This way you don't have to go through all that dialogue. The beekeeper outfit. So, now you can get the beekeeper outfit from Beekeeper event, obviously. But keep that in mind. And there's more from 73 coming. Trailblazer Changes. This is as a nutshell because there is a change coming up tomorrow. But currently the changes are you can now filter your task list by unlocked, which means, as you might have guessed, it shows a task that you have unlocked. The Flute Strike will now correctly apply its damage reduction effect before capping it to your current HP, instead of applying it only if the attack won't kill you. The Falador Shield effect will now attract every mole instead of just the first one when fighting the giant mole. The task to 1,000 unfinished potions with her in one go will now work when the total of all potions is 1,000, not just when one specific stack has 1,000 potions in it. The Restore X Prayer Points task will now work with unique altars as well as standard ones. The delay after the fade to black when entering the God Wars dungeon instances has been slightly reduced. Fix a typo in the League interface. Sorry, Fremenix. The multiple area filter has been renamed to Global to clarify that these tasks can be completed anywhere and do not require multiple specific areas to be unlocked. The Salute in the Mess Hall hard clue has been removed. The Pray at the Elidna statue task is now completable. The Volatile and Eldritch Nightmare stabs will now correctly apply the attack speed increase provided by a double cast when their special attack is used. Now everything else is just proposed, so we'll go into the proposed league change, which is upcoming with the clue scrolls. So the first proposal was that they were going to have it so it was region locked, but treasure seeker, relic owners felt like that was a little unvalidating to their relic, which I'll agree. At first I felt the same way, but after a while it's just like, I'm still getting a ton of clues. It's not so bad. Like, I was annoyed when I first read it, but after I read it and actually thought about it, it's just like, well, actually that makes a lot more sense. That helps me out a lot too, because if it's region locked, then it's region locked. I don't have to worry about having to get one for Al-Kharid anymore. That would be very nice. But there was enough people who were actually that irritated by the proposal that they decided to scrap that proposal, and now they have a new one. So the new proposal is the fact that they're trying to get rid of the whole juggling clue aspect. So now what it is, if you have a clue scroll and you complete, let's say, 2 to 3 steps, you get to the final step and here's a clue that it's in a different region. Well, you couldn't do it. Now you can just toss it. And before, when you would toss it, you'd have to start a brand new, fresh one. Now, whenever you go to toss it, well, the proposal says that, so this is tomorrow. So tomorrow, whenever it goes live, when you toss it, the next clue you get will be that far along. So if you completed 2 steps, toss one, start a new one, that new one has 2 steps in. So it's as simple as that. Actually, I kind of like this method a lot more because people who are, let's say, item restricted, and let's face it, some clues will have you go somewhere where there's, like the Uri clues will have you wear certain items, and you won't be able to do it because maybe it's item restricted, it's a rare drop chance. These kind of things that could actually have large influence. And the reason why this is actually good too is because if you think about it, a lot of these require you to get like 50 plus unique items from a clue tier. And when you think about the clue tiers and the results of getting the clues, it could take a lot of clues to actually get to that endpoint and get those tasks done. So honestly, I think this is a very good idea, and I think it'll work out great. Another proposed, now this is for the main game as well, they are proposing the graphical changes for a female head model. So, the eyes before were kind of together, which made it look kind of weird. But the proposal is, as you can see here, they have actually... There is currently 4 little ones that they have right here. As you can see, honestly, I think it looks a little bit better to have it this way because you have them together, which looks kind of creepy. A little bit too big there. And then you have these 2 right here, which I think are pretty good. Even this one's is a lot better than this one. This one has the eyes together and looks kind of creepy. But anyway, that's it for the proposal things. Ideas coming up. Also, don't forget there is a merch store update, Black Friday deals. So do check it out if you spend over £30 or $50 across the pond. So for the US, you'll get a free special edition black variant of the Armadyl Godsword keyring. Spend over 80 or 100, you'll get free track shipping. So that's pretty cool. And if you spend over... Oh, yeah, never mind. I read all that. So do check it out. I mean, there is some pretty cool stuff. I personally am thinking about getting a shirt or something. Also, now the Golden Gnome Awards have been cast. So it says you've cast your votes. It's now time to see who the winners are. So don't forget to check that out on Friday, November 20th at 1930 GMT. So that'll be very interesting to see who's all in it, who all won. I think it's fantastic, especially in these times. In other news, Some of Enolia's payment notifications are now blocked by the stamp spam filter. Some grammar has been corrected in the Great Brain Robbery quest. Certain minigames will now send a message prompting you to log into one of the dedicated worlds to have a better chance of finding other players to play with. A bank chest has been added to the lobby area of Trouble Brewing. Some under the hood changes have been made to the clan chat system in preparation for the clan system, which is currently in development. In addition to this, some references to clans have been renamed. There is an edit at the bottom. They said that they shared some proposals outlined with the changes of clue scrolls and how they worked. They're still going through the feedback and seeing about the best way to move forward, but they are currently looking to release the current plan. But that's actually it for today's video, so thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, later guys.